All right. Hi again. First ever AEM infrastructure as code providers. Let me introduce myself. I'm Krystian Panek. I'm principal software engineer, and I love automation and trying to automate everything I can to find some space for more interesting things. Here are the my talks from the last year at adaptTo. And I'm also from VML, like Tomek and Oskar. And why I'm here. This year, I'm coming to you because of that slide, on which last year we put some sneak peek. We put that Terraform provider AEM coming soon, yeah? And in VML, you can trust the promise fulfilled. And we published Terraform AEM provider in official Terraform registry. And as a bonus, thanks to my friend Dominik Przybel, we also developed and published to Pulumi registry first ever Pulumi AEM provider. But you can ask me why we did that. Yeah, basically, as long as AEM on-prem will be alive, we will still manage AEM environments sometimes, yeah? So, as long these people in that old-fashioned building will pay the rent to the Adobe, like we discussed on panel, then we don't need to worry about our work will make sense, yeah? Furthermore, some clients may never go to AEM as a cloud service, due to legal reasons. Sometimes the full, control over the servers is needed. And also, what was said on this conference, RDEs are pretty expensive. I remember such thing in Q&A after Dominic Su's presentation. So people need to find some alternative way to set up their own AEM environments. And it would be nice if they could do that in a simple way without engaging Ansible, Puppet, Chef. These things are pretty hard to manage. So I started wondering, what if we will just, by adding some little bash scripting and using AEM Compose tool that I showed to you last year, and all that will be good enough to do the job, to set up complete AEM environments. So what if, how my dream AEM infra as a code provider will look like? So it should maximally simplify the setup and provisioning of AEM instances, and it would be nice if it will work with any cloud, with typical clouds like AWS or Azure, and also with niche clouds, yeah, which clients could use, with GCP, Alibaba, DigitalOcean, whatever. So before showing you the demo of Pulumi AEM provider, may I explain you a recipe for setting AEM environment on AWS in under 30 minutes. So you will need to only have some AWS account, generate some credentials, and then you need to only create some S3 bucket, then drag and drop the AEM files you are using. I don't know, AEM SDK zip, AEM jars license, service pack, AC2, APM, whatever packages you are using in the project. And then you need to only write little infra code. So you could just borrow from us, from our examples, 3 files, copy paste them, customize. For Terraform, it will be 3 files, TF files. For Pulumi, it will be a little bit different, but they are very simple. And yep, you are ready to go. So you could pick pick that code later on and test it on your own. So showtime. Sorry. Yeah. So basically, I imagine that I just copy paste some code from our examples, run npm install, then Pulumi up, and then let's specify some environment name. It doesn't matter really. So for example, adaptTo AWS SSH example, and then Pulumi will list the resources to be created in the cloud, basically. So in our case, it will be AWS EC2 instance, some data disk for storing data for AEM, some S3 policy to allow downloading that AEM files to the VM, and our special brand new AEM Compose instance resource. Okay, right now Pulumi is creating resources in the cloud, Yeah, it's pre-recorded, but I will do the fast forward because it's lightning talk, you know. And then when AWS resources will be ready, the AEM Compose instance will wait for the connection to that VM. And afterwards, the first thing specific to that provider will happen, that bootstrap hook will be executed. This is a one-time place for one-time scripts, which basically are for to mount, I don't know, that data disk on file system, for example, or to install AWS CLI. Then, and as you can see, the interactively we are seeing what's happening on the instance. The next thing will be that configure hook will be, create hook will be executed. So we are simply copying files from S3 bucket that we previously, drag and drop to that storage. Then we could create instances using AEM Compose tool that I showed to you last year. And then the last thing, configure hook, which is a place to provision on AEM instances in bash scripts. They're very simple things that you know, and everybody could put hands to it. Yeah, so we are simply enabling CRDXD, we are configuring replication agent, installing service packs, anything specific to your project you could put there. Yeah. So we are almost ending, service packs installed, and Pulumi will list, will print the AEM instance status details, so to be sure what just happened. So for example, it's a confirmation we have up and running 6.5.18 AEM. We have 8 alpha instance, we have publish instance. It's simple as that, really. Let's jump to the presentation once again. So wrapping up, we just created an instance in AWS virtual machine on which we have running AEM alpha instance and AEM publish instance. And what is super cool about that is that Pulumi and a Pulumi AEM provider and as well that AEM Compose tool, all of these are idempotent, so that you will not waste the time when you will rerun that command, Pulumi up, and when for example, you will add some extra package to be installed, nothing else will be done. So the tool will do only what's missing, yeah? So the delta will be only applied. So it is super effective to work with. This is what I just did. And yeah, so we wrote infra as in TypeScript, basically. But you could also do the same in Terraform in that way. So only the little difference is Terraform init, Terraform apply, and you will define your infra in a HashiCorp configuration language instead of TypeScript. It's also super simple, and yeah. And takeaways for you. So I believe it's that these providers are excellent way to start using cloud if you haven't started yet. And just leverage the examples we provided. And also, which is super important in my opinion, we could use single tool like Terraform or Pulumi to manage all pieces of your infrastructure, so that we could just get rid of Ansible, Chef, Puppet, because using these tools is pretty hard. Yeah. So, and also remember that all type of clouds are supported. So it doesn't matter what you are using in the project. So you will be always ready with these providers, and you could start farming your AEM environments. You could create as many as you like. Just leverage Pulumi stacks or Terraform workspaces. And remember, all of these are using AEM Compose tool, which is rock solid. People in our company loves it, and as well, I heard during this conference that there are many people using it and also love it. So I'm very glad. And references for you, where to find information, materials, docs, and leaving you contact information if you want to know more. I'm open to discussion. I'm open for discussion. And thank you.